cheeky dogs, my name's Margie and I'm an Aussie currently living in America. Today's video is going to be a breakdown of Bluey Season 3 episode Obstacle Course. I'm super excited to be showing you all of the different things that I found in this episode as an updated one to my original breakdown that I did ages and ages ago. Because guys, I finally found the long dog. We got confirmation from someone who works at Ludo Studios that there is indeed a unique long dog in this episode. So I must have rewatched it like 8 times to find this long dog. But aside from the long dog, there are a lot of other things that I found in this episode for Easter eggs, Australian references, and just little details that you might have missed that I can't wait to share with you. If you're new to my channel as well, don't forget to hit the subscribe button down below, as well as the bell for notifications, so you know whenever I release any other Bluey content. So let's just get started with the traditional Easter eggs first. Of course, the tennis ball. We have one that we see in the entranceway, and the long dogs, we have 2. We have the one that we've seen before in the toy room up on the shelf, but the second hidden long dog, you see it once and once only, and just barely. Oh my gosh. It is in the obstacle course and behind where the jump rope is. If you zoom in, you can just see the outline of it in the dirt there. I knew there had to be one in the obstacle course. It made the most sense, but this was a really hard one to find. The second really cool Easter egg, of course, is the references to other episodes and how they link in together. At the start, we see the giraffes and the blocks, which is a reference to duck cake. We also see the chess set in the background, which we're going to see shortly in the episode chess. We also see the yarn as well, just behind the giraffe and blocks, which is a reference to the episode Curry Quest in season 3. The other little reference as well, of course, is the British snap cards, which I think is a massive reference from when Chili and Bandit were in London. We have lots of London references and little things that they had left over, I think, from their travels, and the Snap cards are obviously one of them. Also, for those of you who don't know about Snap, I don't know, card games are really popular in Australia, and I grew up playing Snap all the time, but when I asked a lot of my American friends, they had never heard of that game at all. So let me know if you ever played Snap growing up and what country you're from. And then, of course, we have all the things that they use for the obstacle course themselves. So we have the yoga ball, which of course is from the episode Yoga Ball. We have the gnomes, which are from Hammer Barn. The slide, which we'll see again in the episode Onesies. The box, which is from Flat Pack. The flamingo from the episode The Sleepover. And the trampoline, which is of course from The Trampoline as well. And then we also get a really cool line from Bandit, an old proverb, and he does this a lot in the episode Ragdoll in season 3, but I do love that he has the idea of cheaters never prosper. And that's basically the theme of this episode as well, of the idea that if you cheat, you're never gonna learn from your mistakes, you're never gonna prosper from it, you're never gonna get better. Now we do have quite a few Australian references as well. The first one is, I'm gonna flog ya, which is something that Bandit says as he's running through the obstacle course. It's a very Aussie slang of like, I'm gonna beat you by like a lot, basically. We hear it as well in the episode Decider, with all of them saying, I'm gonna flog you to each other based on their sporting teams. We also see the cockatoo on the roof that we have seen before. Cockatoos, of course, are an Australian bird. We also get the reference to sherbet straws, which I have not seen since I was a kid. And in case you didn't know, they are not sweet. They are just sugar with tartic acid, so they are actually sour. I love that the constant joke with Bingo about them being sour and not being sweet. But of course, I think the best Australian reference is the reference to the Australian film Gallipoli. Growing up in Australia, we watched this movie a lot in high school, and one of the most iconic lines from it is, of course, how fast can you run? As fast as a leopard. But in this episode, instead, we have Chili and Bluey saying, how fast can you run? As fast as a greyhound.
How fast can you run?
As fast as a leopard.
How fast can you run?
As fast as a greyhound.
How fast are you gonna run?
As fast as a leopard.
How fast are you gonna run?
As fast as a greyhound.
So that was a really awesome movie reference that they included in here. We also have Bandit sort of pretending to be other animals in this as well. He pretends to be a mongoose, which is known to be very agile, but also to fight against cobras, and he even does like the cobra move with his arms. But then we also have him acting out chicken and explaining to the girls what chicken is. And I love it, the fact that they don't know, because it's just something they've never been exposed to. Because the idea of peer pressuring someone by saying chicken, I feel like just doesn't vibe with the show at all. So I love that they included that as well. Now, one of the extra special Easter eggs, of course, is the appearance of the family photos in the entranceway, and it is Chili's family photos. We get a photo of her mum by herself riding a horse, so perhaps Mrs. Chili Healer loved to ride horses. But we also get one of the whole family together of Granddad, Grandma, as well as Chili and her older sister Brandy, who we do get a final amazing episode in season 3B. So if you guys haven't seen it yet, oh my gosh, what a tearjerker that is. But we do finally find out what is going on. And I definitely think the main reason as to why these photos have appeared all of a sudden in season 3 is because Chili has finally made amends with Brandy and feels comfortable with putting those photos back up on the wall again. Cheeky dogs, if you've been enjoying this video so far, don't forget to give it a big thumbs up down below and leave a comment. It really means a lot to me into helping build my channel, and the YouTube gods also seem to like channels that have lots of likes on them as well. We also get one fourth wall break from Chili, which is quite funny, with her sort of complaining about Bandit and telling us straight to our faces like, oh yeah, I can't believe that he's so hard to deal with. So that's a really funny joke, I think. But we really should talk about Bandit's competitiveness in this episode. And I guess in general in season 3A, there's a little bit of a disconnect with Bandit from previous seasons, but I don't know, I think some ways it sort of makes a bit of sense. So we know that him being competitive is one of his biggest flaws. We see it in the episode Squash, where he doesn't really care about beating his little brother or about his feelings, and I don't think he did lose to him on purpose. I think he actually genuinely lost and was trying hard, because otherwise he would have lost for bingo, and that kind of goes against what he says in this episode, that you shouldn't just let someone win, they should be able to win by themselves by working hard for it. I think, that Stripe did that in the episode Squash, and obviously Bluey did that in this episode as well. She learned that cheating was not the way to go, that she had to work hard to achieve what she wanted to achieve. We also do see that he's very competitive with his siblings in the episode Fairy Tale at the very end of season 3A, but we'll get into that once we get to that episode. Overall for me, this episode's about a 3.5 out of 5 long dogs. Yes, it was a fun episode. It did rub me a bit the wrong way with how Bandit acted and how he cheated at first, but I do kind of understand it. The Easter eggs are fantastic. We do have our long dog and our tennis ball, but I don't know, there wasn't any amazing music, and it's not an episode I'd want to rewatch straight away, but it was still a really fun episode with a really good lesson about working hard to achieve what you want to achieve. But let me know what you guys would give this out of 5 long dogs in the comment section down below. I've picked you out a few other videos that maybe you guys would like to watch, and I will see you cheeky dogs in another video. Mwah! Bye! If you don't live in Australia like me, but you want to watch season 3, I made a whole video about how you can watch Bluey season 3 worldwide. I go through it step by step as to how to use a NordVPN to watch Bluey online for free. Note this video is not sponsored, and I am an affiliate though with NordVPN. It's what I use so that I can watch season 3 and make all these videos about it. So I go through how to set up your Nord account, as well as how to set up that it's in Australia, so then your internet thinks that you are in Australia as well. And then we go over to the ABC iView website for Australia, where Bluey season 3 is aired, how to set up your account on that as well, and then where to go on the website so that you can access Bluey season 3. And you can also access season 1 and season 2, including the episodes Dad Baby as well as Teasing, which you can't always find on Disney depending on what country that you live in.